I like the texture that they have, like that one right there. This shower is coming out. Hey guys, welcome to today's video, and as you can see, we are still working in this bathroom. So if you haven't seen my previous videos, make sure that you go check them out. In the first video, we talked about my plans and did some drywall repair, and in last week's video, we made a huge mess, taking out all of this tile on the floor, also the bathtub surround. And in today's video, we're going to be making more of a mess, but not quite as bad as last week. So we're going to be taking out the bathtub and replacing it with the new one, which I'm so excited about. So my parents came in to visit for the weekend, and my dad helped me a lot to remove the bathtub and install the new one, and I'll show you how that went.
Look at that. It's just gonna act crazy, that's what it's gonna do.
Look, it does have a lip. That's alright. If it pulls that drywall, it's no big deal.
Okay, we're gonna have to cut that. Just because that stupid piece.
So I know I say this on basically all of my projects, but replacing this bathtub ended up being a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. To get this bathtub out, it was a really tight situation, so we ended up cutting out just a portion of it so we could bring it out smoothly. I had my hammer here ready to smash something if needed, but didn't end up needing to. So we were finally able to get the old bathtub out, destroying it in the process, but that was not a big deal at all because I wasn't planning to reuse it or anything. So I am cutting off the top part of this drain system here because the new bathtub has an integrated overflow, so I didn't need this pipe and it was just going to get in the way, so I'm just going to be capping it off with the PVC cap. And then in order to get the new bathtub in, it was also tricky because of the cabinets. I removed some of this half wall right here. I just took out the couple studs on the end, and that made it a whole lot easier to get the new bathtub in place. But before we could set the bathtub, there was a little bit of prep that needed to be done. I laid down this roofing paper just as a moisture barrier to protect the subfloor, and then I needed to lay a bed of mortar mix down underneath the bathtub, and this was just for support.
How are you going to carry this thing over the bathtub?
Very careful.
There's the only thing that I could ever say to you that would improve your video quality is I think my grandchildren need to be more in the videos.
Hold it, son. Don't you rub that up.
Don't break, don't break.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it off the stove.
Yeah.
Okay, so get what's good out.
Now that the mortar was mixed, I just used a trowel and I'm just spreading this out, and I'm concentrating it toward the middle of the bathtub where most of the weight will be from the water and from whoever is using the bath. And it's just going to add some support under the tub so it doesn't creak or crack.
You up in it good. That, I guarantee it. Let me step on this end. Let me get out.
So I feel like my videos a lot of times make things look maybe a little bit easier than they are. And you might be wondering why I'm in my laundry room. And that's because in order to do the plumbing for the bathtub, I had to cut a hole into my ceiling. So this is where all the plumbing was. This is my bathtub right up here. So I had to fit the plumbing, and I needed to access it from the bottom here. So if you're thinking about getting this bathtub, just know that it's kind of a pain. You cannot install it like the drain from the top. You have to have access from the side or from underneath, which I didn't realize because, you know, I've never done this before, but we made it work. It just would have been easier if we could have installed the drain through the top. And that brought us to this point. So the new bathtub is in. We had to remove some drywall and things to get the old bathtub out and the new one in. And the plumbing is not done because the new faucet and handles that I bought needs a little bit different workup than what we have going on here. So you might be wondering why it's away from the wall. So originally I had planned to push the tub up against the wall, but my dad had a great idea. Instead of moving all of this plumbing so the new tub lined up perfectly, instead of moving that, I am going to build a wall ledge behind here because I don't have a lot of space on the side for all of the stuff that I keep in the bathtub. I'll pop up some inspiration pictures so you guys can get an idea of what I'm thinking. So I'm basically just building a stud wall back here that's going to be a ledge that sits across, and I will put drywall around it, and it will eventually get tiled around the bathtub. So I marked on my boards where the studs are when I held it up against this wall. So I'm basically just gonna use this as a base plate, and then I'm gonna have two lining up like this. I'm gonna have one at the bottom and one right here at the top, and then I will use this 2x6 that I ripped down. I ripped down both of these 2x6s to be this width over here. So I will cap it off with this other 2x6, and it'll basically just be a furred out stud wall.
Looking back while I'm editing this video, I can see how my explanation of this wall would have been hard to follow. Like, I don't know if anybody knew what I was talking about, but hopefully it is a lot more clear now. You can see I'm just basically extending the wall. I attached the new stud wall to the old studs, and then I am just covering it up with drywall, adding some screws, making sure to not go through the paper of the drywall. And then when I add the bottom piece, I am going to trim that with my oscillating tool because it just seemed easier. And for the top of the 2x4, I'm not adding any drywall. That will be covered by a piece of stone, some kind of transition piece that I will be installing later.
Okay, I've got the ledge all constructed. What do you guys think? I think it's gonna add a lot more storage, and I think it could be a really cool design feature, but let me know down in the comments what you think about the ledge. Would you have pushed the tub all the way up against the wall, or would you have done something like this? I'm just curious. So this is the point with this ledge though that I have to pause for a minute because I cannot do any kind of tile or anything like that yet because I have to make some decisions. I'm thinking I really like kind of this stacked look. I think it'd be really pretty like this. And then it would have like some kind of stone going across the top. So of course it would all be waterproof. This is just drywall right now, but that's not a really good option for around a bathtub unless you're gonna cover it up with, you know, the tile and the stone on the top. So it will all be waterproof and pretty in the end. But I'm trying to make a decision because some things have changed. So the original plan was to keep this shower, not the surround, but the tiles and the base. And I wanted to change out the shower surround to like a really clean looking frameless surround. And to do that is not cheap. So I don't want to get a custom surround put in and then later decide to do the shower. I'd rather just kind of go ahead and do it all at one time. So that has opened up a whole new process of decisions, which is why I can't really move forward with the bathtub because I want that tile to match the shower. So it's not just replacing the tile, it'll be replacing the pan and doing all that, which I don't know how to do, but we'll try to figure out. I definitely will have to have some plumbing work done, which I will probably bring a plumber in to do that because I don't want to take the chance of flooding anything on the first floor, but I can definitely make design decisions in the meantime. So I'm heading to Lowe's. I did pick up a couple of samples from Floor & Decor, these ones that I showed earlier. They're just kind of like a subway tile, but they have a lot of texture to them and they're not perfect on the side. And I also liked these square ones. I thought that they were really pretty. They have some different color variations, but is this too similar to what I already have in there? I already have squares in there, so I'm not sure. I'm just going to get some ideas and see what I like. I don't know. Some of the colors are really pretty. Like that blue one is pretty. That one right there. I like the texture that they have, like that one right there. I assumed I would like this white better, but I'm really liking this kind of like off-white grayish color. Belle's over here making complicated patterns. I like the texture in that one a lot. This is what I have right now. These are kind of more up top, more basic. I think these are almost too much texture, more than I want. That green one's really pretty.
The green one?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I grabbed some samples. This is a sneak peek of what I'm thinking for the flooring in here. And so you can see the bright white of the bathtub. And I honestly thought I was gonna lean toward these, but I don't know. They almost look kind of a little bit dirty next to the bathtub because the bathtub is bright. And these are kind of like an off-white. Is it just me or do you guys see it too? I'm kind of liking this contrast. It's more intentional, but I'm not completely sure. I still don't know 100%. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think of the bathtub? Also, do you agree with me about the shower, or would you just leave it like it is because it's still functioning? It's like the only thing that was functioning in this bathroom. And help me decide on tile. Do you guys think I should go lighter? Was there a specific tile that you saw earlier that you really liked? I don't know. It can kind of be overwhelming, but I'm sure I'll end up making a decision. Either way, this shower is coming out, so I have to replace it with something. So make sure you guys are subscribed. I will see you in next week's video, and hopefully I have some more answers by then. I'll see you then. Bye.
This thing here.
Oh, I don't know.
Better yet, what was it?
Mom, I got some private packages.
Okay, how do I go in and out?
You can zoom just like a regular camera.
You know how long it's been since I used a regular camera? Since you were probably in high school.
I'm just videoing you doing that. Maybe I should have done smaller batches.
See the two marks?
Get your hands out of my video
Yeah,
credits.
that one and the other one over there.
This is not a tutorial for people. This is we figured out how to get a bathtub in. Don't figure it out yourself. I can't tell you exactly how to do it.
Okay, you ready?